Hi, my name is Amy Carroll. As a communication coach and trainer, a concept that has fascinated me for a while now, and which is being discussed more and more in the culture, is the idea of privilege. I heard a great quote a few years ago. I believe it comes from Chris Boswell. He says, "Equality can feel like oppression. It's not. What you're feeling is the discomfort of losing a little bit of your privilege." What I believe to be true is the more privilege we have, the greater the likelihood is we're going to have this sense of entitlement. And this sense of entitlement leads many people to something I call JLB, jerk-like behavior. I define privilege as qualities we currently possess, which a given society puts a high value on, which give us an advantage over others. Some of those categories that can determine our level of privilege would include race, gender, job position, amount of wealth, health, religion, age, perceived physical attractiveness, height, weight, physical able-bodiedness, education, sexual preference. There's many different types of privilege, and there may be some I've missed or that are specific to certain cultures. They can also change over time or according to circumstances. What's important here is the more privileges we possess at one time, the greater the chance is we're going to have that sense of entitlement. And this can lead to misbehavior or worse. So what to do with this information? There's a risk that people who can check off a majority of those privileges I mentioned may feel accused or targeted or blamed or guilty. As far as I'm concerned, that's a waste of energy. I'm not suggesting people in privilege feel bad or give away all their money. The point is to start by facing this reality. Similar to the earlier quote, when we have privilege, often we're oblivious to it, though those without privilege are keenly aware of it. Simply becoming aware of our privilege increases the likelihood that we will act differently and more fairly towards those who are not in the position of privilege. Let me give you an example. A few years ago, I was in a relationship and I was the one with the money. Now, I didn't think much of it because I was generous and happy to share, though the reality was that it was imbalanced. And the crazy part is this took me 2 years after the relationship was over for it to even occur to me that this was an issue. Now, if I had been aware of it during the relationship, maybe I would have acted differently. And perhaps I've had some important conversations. Another example I've been noticing during the last couple of years is the privilege of age, which has been dissipating for me, or youth, I should say. And perhaps this is happening faster as a woman than if I were a man. And the way I notice it playing out this way. In the past, when I'd be walking down the street, passing a guy on the street, we'd catch each other's eye, have a little smile, flirty exchange. Today, it's as if men literally look through me. Now, both of these examples are extremely minor ones because frankly, I have a great deal of privilege and I haven't suffered as many people do. I use this exercise to raise my self-awareness and to challenge myself to look at my biases. And I invite you to challenge yourself. Identify the privileges that you may have, you may not even realize you have them. Perhaps assume that there is an unconscious bias because of those privileges. Then I encourage yourself to see how you can make life more fair for yourself and for others. And it may simply start with a shift in your thinking. Those are my tips for today. If you enjoyed this video and want additional ideas on becoming a more powerful communicator, feel free to connect with me on my social media channels, Amy Carroll Coaching, or check out my book, The Ego Tango. Thanks for tuning in and happy partnering.